Hey, AJ Heitman here, the editor-in-chief at GEMS, and I'm with Elaine and Kim from both Demers and Braun, and we're here to talk about the great merger between the two organizations. And I have a couple questions, and the first one really is, what have you been hearing from customers? What have they been asking?
Yeah, good start. So probably the number one question I'm hearing is on the Type 2. With the Type 2 moving to Van Wert, Ohio for the Demers product. That's a pretty exciting project for us. I got to tell you, we take it actually very, very sensitive. The fact that we've got a great workforce, builds quality products, but we're doing it in a way that represents Demers quality, Demers product, all of the DNA that's known for their product, and how we are going to absolutely mimic that and bring that to the customers without any loss of quality and without any loss on-time delivery. So looking forward to giving a great product.
Elaine?
The question we have is also on what we're going to do with the two brands. Demers will keep the Demers DNA and we'll keep the Braun DNA as it is. It's two great brand names, and we want to make sure that those DNA, we protect it and we don't morph into one something else company.
And I will just tell you from my perspective, which might sound pretty biased, but I've been to both plants and I've watched the workers, and I think there's, number one, a family atmosphere in both plants. And I've seen all of the testing. I've been there to see the pressure loads and see the rollovers at your plant, and I would feel very comfortable having my family ride in either vehicle. I've been kind of a student of the game. And when I heard the news that there was a merger, I thought, wow, what a great merger of two families with the same DNA.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Perfect. So folks, my next question is, I know both products and I know a lot of your features. What kind of synergy are we going to see? What kind of products, features are we going to see shared between the two brands?
That's been coming up quite a bit. You want to go first?
Yeah, you go.
Okay, so I think a couple things. First of all, we're going to take our time, and as Elaine said, we've got to protect the DNA. So one, making sure that as we look at what features or innovations may be shared between the product lines, it's not actually intruding in the DNA. I can tell you probably the most common things I'm hearing coming up are, can we get a sliding door on the Demers brand? And my customers are saying, hey, can we get those Demers windows on a Braun product? So we'll definitely be looking at those, as well as others. Again, protecting the DNA, but looking how can we give our customers the best of both brands.
And from after that, we're going to sit down with both teams, from sales and marketing and engineering, and look through those features, make sure we protect the DNA, and some feature we may decide that we'll develop, and now we have two engineering teams that we can focus. Instead of doing development in parallel, now we'll be focusing one of those teams to work on new feature innovation. So expect new innovation from this merger.
Well, I'll give you my perspective as a guy who looks at a lot of ambulances. I would say, first of all the safety aspects, all the heating aspects, all of those kind of things first, the tracking, the power management, and then you roll into some of the cosmetic things that I like, the front grills and the windows, the doors, all of things, even cabinet lighting. I think you could share some things on that. But as I rode in British Columbia and I saw the way the heating came up from the floor, I thought, wow, in eastern Pennsylvania where I was from, I wish I had that to be able to heat the ambulance so that I wasn't wasting all that energy. So good luck, and I think we'll all anticipate what's coming.
Yeah, good
and I hope we'll share it in GEMS soon. Let me ask you guys this: what do you really see as the most synergistic aspect of the two companies coming together? What are those comparable things, those things you want to mesh together?
Yeah. So you start on the product side, and a lot of those things that line up really quick is safety, innovation. So we're both very focused on product, delivery to the customers, and meeting the customers' needs. And there's also another very, very tangible but soft element that's a big synergistic, and that's the culture. We talked about both being third generation family, both having a focus on our workforce, and we believe that when you take care of your employees, they take care of your customers. And we couldn't ask for a better foundation to launch this merger from.
And since the merger, since the announcement, we had the opportunity to have the two executive team together, to have the sales team together, And I can tell you, after an hour of meeting, you will never know that it's been like competitor before. And now it looked like more they've been working together for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So the culture, we saw it, I saw it working with Kim, and I see it coming with all the team right now. This, again, we built the best ambulance in the market at Demers and at Braun because of our people. And when they're going to be working together, learning from each other, great things going to come up.
Well, I'll tell you from my perspective, having been at both facilities, is I could feel it. I could
Good.
feel it at
Good,
both
good.
plants,
Good.
and when you said that you were going to come together, that's the first thing. The second thing is the same thing that people tell me about buying either brand, and that is that you'll build it the way they want it. And it's not cookie cutter. There are some things that are standardized with respect to safety, but so this is a big question for you, Kim, Elaine, maybe you first. The construction of your boxes, what makes them so safe?
All the years of designing and testing. We take the Demers testing. We've been doing that for at least 30 years in Quebec, and we had safety regulation at that time that were stronger than in the U.S. Today it's quite the same, and so we really take care. And in some instance, we customize our vehicle. But because of safety, because of the design and the certification, we won't customize that much. And at Braun, it's solid body construction. So Kim.
Yeah, you gotta put the plug in for solid body construction. Very proud of the way we build our trucks with all the brake form construction. Most of the industry probably already know. If you haven't, you gotta check out our crash test and rollover video. Not just the rollover, but we did a side impact and then rolled over the exact same truck, showing that there's absolutely no penetration to the inside patient compartment in either one of those scenarios. Very proud of the product we build and very proud to put any of our family in the back of that truck.
And sorry,
Go ahead.
And it's not only the body construction, it's the whole concept.
Right.
Because it's you have to have the seat that stays in place. You have to have the equipment that stays in place.
Cabinets better.
But even
Yeah.
more than that, you know,
Yeah,
I think the cabinets to me are almost like a separate roll bar.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's what the customer sometimes doesn't realize. You can be in a rollover with an ambulance that has a little bit of shift, which yours doesn't. But in addition, if you have the cabinetry, which is part of the safety frame, I think that's really significant. Some people don't look for that when they go to a plant.
Significant
They should.
reinforcement.
They
You're
should.
absolutely right.
So I think what the people in the industry want to know is what's next for Demers and for Braun.
What's next is getting to know each other a lot more. Great product, great people. We want them to work together and find the best strategy going forward. As we discussed, product is one side, customer is the other side. Next, we take care of customer tomorrow. We take care of customer every day. We take care of the dealer every day. We build that relationship, and after that we start looking on what's best for the customer, what's best for the dealer, and what's best for Braun and Demers in the months to come. We don't want to do a change without knowing what's going to be the effect long term.
And Kim, from the Braun side?
Yeah, I almost wouldn't change the answer at all. I think he's right on. Tomorrow, today, the next day, we continue to deliver quality, on-time delivery, giving you the great products you've always come to know from our brands. And while doing that, setting up and taking the time to develop the plan. Right? You don't rush into the action. You take the time to get the right strategic plan, the right direction. We're looking at 5 years out, 10 years out. How's the industry going to change, evolve, and how do we play a role in helping drive industry standards and drive needs and innovations that the customers are going to come to want from our brands.
But I think there's one thing that I see in this whole triangle here between the customer and the two of you, and that is that when you made the announcement to your staff, they were excited about it. They weren't worried that you're not losing any jobs, you're actually increasing, and I think that's all positive for a workforce to know that, oh my God, there's change coming, but it's all positive change. That has to come out in your product.
You know, and Elaine and I have committed that we're going to take every step that we can intentional to try to over-communicate. To our workforce is definitely an important body, to our customers and to our dealers, doing these Q&As, being in front of really important people that make a difference to who we are as a company and where we're going in the industry. So communications can be a big piece.
Thank you. So back again from the exhibit hall floor at EMS today. I just kind of wrap up our discussions here. A lot of excitement about the Demers Braun merger. A lot of excitement by their staff, which I think is key. A lot of guarantees that we're going to continue to have the safety and the construction that we've had before, and a lot of anticipation for some of the great features to come together.
And new features.
And new features, yeah, I'll give you a few ideas on that. But you know, the reality is a lot of the things that I brought back from Retmobile and other places, and I've pushed out to both Demers and to Braun, have been adopted. The seating in particular, I hated the squad bench, and I think that we're seeing the demise of the squad bench to the betterment of keeping people fixated in their seats and building vehicles that are more adaptable to care on the move.
Yeah.
So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Eugene.